Recently, someone left me a comment asking if I found if there was a noticeable difference between someone with a very professional looking music video versus someone not having a music video at all. And the comment said, now that you've worked with a lot more clients with various strategies, have you found that there was a noticeable difference in conversion cost between someone with a very professional looking music video as the ad, visual, versus not having that at all? And I've actually gotten this question a bunch of different forms. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the 3 reasons why music videos are a waste of time and money for most people. Before we get into the 3 reasons why music videos are a waste of money for most people, I'm not saying that they serve no purpose at all. I also want to emphasize that I'm talking about for most people. Music videos are great for visual storytelling. They can be fantastic brand building tools, and they can be pitched for premieres on blogs, and maybe you just love making them. I know a lot of artists that just love making music videos. It's their favorite part. So please don't stop making them just because some random guy on the internet told you not to. However, the purpose of this video is to save you money for many of you, because a lot of you are spending a lot of money, like thousands of dollars, on music videos, and it's not helping. Reason number 1, they just don't perform that well organically. Many artists think that if they have a professional music video, it will perform well organically and pull people in to check out the music. And the problem is that very often music videos don't actually perform very well organically on their own. What you've really done is you've just given yourself another thing you have to promote. It's essentially another thing that without your time or budget will end up with less than 1,000 views. Now what you can do is you can cut this music video up into a bunch of pieces and post it on social media, but the problem is that music videos generally don't perform that well on social media. And this is actually the same reason that, too, they don't perform that well in ads. Many artists think that if they have a high-quality music video, they'll be able to use that video in their ads for their music. And while this is true, music videos don't always perform well. I've worked with several artists with music videos that cost over $10,000 to promote. And while sometimes these do end up performing well, often we'll find that the amateur-looking social media videos that they've been posting to IG Reels or TikTok or YouTube Shorts end up outperforming the music videos themselves. Reason number 3 is that they take a disproportionate amount of money and time. And in my opinion, you should spend much more money on your marketing than on your creation. Meaning, if you're planning on spending $1,000 for production, mixing, and mastering for a song, I think you should be spending at least $1,000 in marketing for that song, but ideally $2K or $3K. And a music video can very easily cost $5K. And yes, you can find really good deals out there. I know people who have gotten $2,000 music videos, $1,000 music videos, and of course you can do it yourself, but shooting and editing a video can easily take dozens of hours. Never mind the cost of the equipment like the camera gear and all that if you don't already have it. So what are the alternatives then? Because music videos are super expensive or time intensive, they don't perform well organically, and they don't typically perform the best in ads. Well, as you might have figured out by now, it's essentially just organic content. Organic looking short form vertical content is what tends to work best nowadays for pretty much everything. And here's one super easy and free type of video that most artists can make. Step number 1, find a cool location. Step number 2, have a friend hold your phone or use a $15 phone mount. Step number 3, lip sync your song at this cool location. 4, put the studio audio under it. And 5, and etc., you're just going to cut this video into 3 to 5 chunks. You're going to put different hooks on top of it on screen, and then you're going to post these at different increments. And you can film this in literally like 30 minutes. And if you do a couple spots, it might be an hour, 2 hours to film a ton of stuff, right? Even just doing this once will give you between like 9 and 15 pieces of social media content. If you do this at multiple locations, you might have 50 different social media posts for your song that are essentially free, but they are free if you do it that way, and they take very little editing time, and they actually perform better than a polished, fancy music video. Now, you can also do real performance videos instead of a lip sync, or you can do like a home studio performance. If you're an instrumental project, just do an instrumental playthrough. If you're a producer, use MIDI controllers or a DJ deck. One thing that I've done a decent amount of is lyric videos, and these fit in a nice place in between social content and music videos, and they're much cheaper than music videos. They can also work reasonably well in ads, about as good as music videos, but in general not as good as organic content, and they also don't work as good in social media content like music videos. Now, if you want a lyric video that looks like this, the one you're seeing on screen, you can grab this on my site for as little as $200. We've been offering this for a little while now, but additionally, you can just create visualizers, and these are not the best performers either, but you can generally get them for like $10, either if you're on Fiverr or using DistroKid's Visi tool, which is, I think it's like $9 per video. Now, another thing I want to mention is a lot of the artists I know that have done fancy music videos. You know, I know people who have rented out football stadiums, people who have rented out helicopters, who have over 24 paid actors in their videos. Very high budget stuff. And a decent chunk of them who used to do that, what they've started doing is instead of spending like 10 plus grand on their videos, or even 5 grand on their videos, they will rent out a spot, like a cool spot, like a recording studio for a day, which maybe will cost $1,000, let's say. They'll rent it out for the whole day. They'll go there with a friend and they'll just film like 150 short form pieces of content. They'll do a bunch of performance videos, go in the vocal booth, do some stuff, go in front of the mixing console, do some performance videos, and then just do some kind of behind the scenes stuff. Obviously, they're faking pretty much all of it. Like they're loading their song onto the session and they're just kind of just taking pictures and taking videos, just like cool, engaging content, but some of it is manufactured. Now, obviously, if you have a home studio, you could do this for realsies. You can have actual behind-the-scenes content that's related to your song. But I know several people who have just rented out a studio and then just spent a whole day filming dozens and dozens and dozens of content, and not necessarily one song either, right? You don't need 150 social media posts for one song in one go. They'll typically, when they rent out that space, they'll go there and prepare like their next 3 songs so that they can just get all the content out of the way in one day. And recently, I also know someone else, what they did is they've also had some decently high budget videos. They went to a swamp and they just filmed the social media content, and I think maybe even a music video in one day or in a weekend for like 3 to 5 songs. So they like filmed a music video and social media content for at least 3 tracks in a weekend at a swamp. So now, this is more on brand for the artist, so it makes sense, but that's how you can start to, instead of thinking like, I need a music video, I need to save 5 grand, what if you could save 4 out of that 5 grand, rent out a cool spot, have some fun with a friend of yours, and then spend the other 4 grand you just saved on your marketing. If you have to spend 5K in your video and maybe 2K in your music, you're in the whole 7K already before marketing. And again, in my opinion, you should spend more in marketing than creation. So that means you're going to spend another 7 grand in the marketing, which is an enormous amount of money for one song. $14,000 is crazy. Even 7K is crazy, right? For a lot of people. Obviously, for some of you, you'll drop 10K a song. But for the vast majority of you watching, you're going to spend 500, 1,000, 2,000, maybe 3,000, 5,000, right? You're not going to be dropping 10K plus per song all in. So that's my opinion on this. As I said, music videos do have an enormous value in certain situations, but the situation is not you're a new artist and you need a fancy music video unless you love doing it and you can do it for reasonably priced, or you just have a good pile of money and you're willing to do it because you've always wanted to do it. Just don't feel like you have to do it and don't feel like it's going to save the day. So if you want to see how I use meta ads to run campaigns, promote my music on streaming services, check out this video right here where I walk through the entire process from start to finish. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about music videos, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.